Hey ladies, welcome back to my Fierce Aging series. I like to call it 2.0 because we are in 2021 and we are fierce, we are bold, and we are unapologetic. And today my guest in the studio is Erica. She's 67 years young. We are creating a beautiful look on her skin. We're going to be using the BB cream. I'm actually going outside the box because I know that these ladies don't wear that much makeup, and I want to add color, I want to add vibrancy, I want to add life to their face. So ladies, are you ready? Let's get this beauty started.
You know, I've got redness and little blotchy skin. It's just crepiness under my eyes. I don't know, I just don't feel soft and pretty. Well, I hope the camera's not on. I mean, for me, getting older, it's like I can do my own thing. It's like I love turning 50. For me, it was because I'm effing 50, that's why. And I could just do my own thing and be comfortable. I've grown into who I was meant to be.
Start prepping Erica's skin with an exfoliation pad. This is from Ever. It's my favorite. So this is what I like to use in a lot of my videos prepping the skin. I just want to exfoliate nice and gentle. Caviar lime, azelaic acid. This is not a big to do, very easy, but I just want to give brightness to the skin, take away any of that extra dead skin. So when I put on a little bit of this vitamin C radiance boost, it's going to really sink into the skin. I'm just going to put a little of the Ever Vitamin C. This is a new product, Daytime Brightening Serum Vitamin C Booster. It's really beautiful. I'm going to just put it on my palette. Normally you'd put it in your hands, warm it up, and then put it on your skin. This is easier for me when I'm working on a client. So I'm going to just be using my Essential Makeup Brush Kit, 9 beautiful vegan brushes, just everything you need, taking out the foundation brush, and I'm just going to take a little bit of this beautiful oil, and it's like a dry oil. It's not greasy. It just really absorbs nicely into the skin and gives a beautiful glow to the skin. You're going to see that once I apply this, but I'm just doing a little bit of a nice application just so she gets that hydration before we put on any face products.
It feels very light.
Yeah, it's really nice. I douse my skin with this morning and night. It's really, really a beautiful product to help brighten the skin. Mm-hmm. You'll see a big difference when you're using this. Ladies, also, you would be putting on an SPF. I like the La Roche-Posay Mineral SPF 50, but right now I'm just concentrating on her skin. I'm concentrating on the makeup for you, so you would know to use an SPF in your makeup routine. So now I'm gonna just take a little of the Intensive Eye Lift from Ever. I wanna really hydrate the eye area. So I'm going to do this so it soaks in, and by the time I get to the face, it's going to be a beautiful hydrated face. Next, I'm going to take a new product for us called Fiercely Smooth. We have this in tinted and we have this also in clear. I'm going to show you the tinted. It comes out really dark, but it goes on the skin beautiful. It does not give a darkness to the skin. This is going to be really nice because I want to, you can see how dark it looks, but it is a little deceiving when you put it on. It's beautiful. It's just going to give a beautiful glow to the skin. I'm going to apply this to the areas that have that texture. So I want that smoothness to the skin. It's going to really help the makeup really grip to the skin, but also it's going to give that blur, that really nice softness to the skin before you apply your foundation, your BB cream. So I really like to concentrate on where you see the most texture. So really like in the T-zone area on the chin, but you can see how dark and then how it's going on the skin. It's just giving her a little bit of a beautiful glow. It is not dark, but I just want to give that skin that opportunity to have a little bit of a buffing. We are going to go in with our eye and lip primer, my favorite product to be putting on the eyelids to really get that neutral eyelid. So you're going to prime the lid Your shadows are going to be really true. They're going to basically last all day. So close. I'm going from the base of the lashes all the way up to the brow bone. So I'm just going to work this in. Now that the eye and lip primer is on her eyes, I've primed the eyes, I'm going to go in with a beautiful color called Let Go. This palette is a 3-well palette, nice sheen. So that's what's really neat. Erica hasn't worn a sheen on her eyes, so I definitely wanted to try a sheen instead of a matte and show her that she can really get a beautiful look that's just very pretty, very soft. To not be afraid in your 60s of wearing a sheen. Again, I'm not saying glitter and sparkle and having a lot of reflectiveness. I'm talking about a nice, beautiful sheen that picks up light and gives your eye life. So this is nice for anyone that's really been stuck into mattes like my mom was when I did hers. It was a real risk because I thought, oh, I've never seen really a sheen on her eyes. Let's try it and see what happens. And it just looked so pretty. It really brought my mom's eye to life, and I really like that. So we're just gonna take that middle color and we're going to just sweep it across the lid. And I'm always concentrating on just the center of the lid, because that's where I want the concentration to be. I wipe off anything on my brush, and then I will work with what's on the eye. So I'll bring it down into this corner of the eye, and then I bring the rest of it down to the end. So I'm never working with too much product. I'm gonna just take the lightest color and do the brow bone. And this is actually a matte color, this brow bone, which is really nice. So it's going to really just highlight this brow. And I'd like to bring it down a little bit where we get that darkness, because it is a nice bone color. It's just going to lighten up that inner corner. I'm going to take my tapered blending brush. It's more of a point, like a pencil, and I'm going to go into the deepest color, this beautiful, rich purple. It's really pretty, and this really all ties in well with like your sweater and everything you're wearing. So we're just going to pick up a little bit of this hue, and we're going to really just concentrate. I like to pull back the eye a little bit, and you're going to see, I don't want it to be too far down here. I want it to be just right on the eye in the corner, and it's almost like a backwards triangle. But I want the concentration to be at the end, and I'm going to then take off any of my product on the brush. So I don't want too much product when I start to try to blend. Then I'm going to take it off, nothing's on the brush. I'm going to come back in and I'm going to soften this and work what I have on the eye into this nice crease area here, and then pulling the product over just so it's nicely blended. What's really nice is that there's nothing on the skin, so I can be as creative going out, blending. I can be really just an artist when I'm talking about if this was you at home. You can go all over the eye because there's nothing there. You can clean up with your Almay pad. So don't be afraid you have to color in the lines. Just figure out where you really want to see this color, blend it in. Don't worry that maybe your brush is going on the outside, that's fine. Because what we're gonna do is, once we finish the other eye, we'll go back and we'll crisp up this line. Just gonna take my Almay pad. I'm going to really nicely clean up the eye area. So I just like to wrap it around my finger. And then you can see from the base of the lash, the lower lash, just take it straight up. So you know how I like to lift everything. So this is another lifting technique. So all of this shadow that could have been bringing down the eye is now off on my Almay pad, and it's not on your eye. So again, right here, just follow it straight up. You clean up all of that shadow that likes to just stay down and bring the eye down. So it looks really pretty, nothing's there, and then we can go over with our concealer and start working on the eyeliner now. Working with my waterproof mauve pencil, I picked that out because it really goes nicely with the Let Go palette. I think that this is really nice and creamy, soft. You'll see how it just glides. Now Erica has a little bit of permanent makeup left on her eyeliner, but that's okay. We're gonna go over it. We're gonna just smooth it out. It'll look really pretty, and it's just gonna intensify it just a little bit. So I'm going to, again, my technique is stay very close to the lash line. Get into that lash line. You wanna thicken up the lash line and make it look very natural. Just look down. So what I'm gonna do with Erica though, look down. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to do my technique that I showed you in my one video that I'll link here, the double eyeliner. So I'm going in really, really tight, and then I'm going to take it right underneath. So I'm going to color in that fleshy part, right? Because I want to make the lash line thicker. I don't want to add a really heavy line on the actual lid. That's going to weigh down the eye. It's going to just age us, you know? So I'm just going to do that technique. Look down, down. So I'm going to just go in really nice and close to the lashes. Don't close, just look down. I'm going to just take a little bit of the eyeliner pencil and I'm going to go underneath, look up. I'm just going to go underneath and just give a really pretty 3/4. I'm not going to go all the way around the eye. I just want to concentrate on this outer corner, bringing the focal point out. Now Erica gets her lashes curled, so she gets them permed. So they've already are up, so this is wonderful. So I'm gonna just go in with our mascara that has all of these little teeth on there, so they're gonna grip every single lash. Really nice creamy formulation. So I'm going to just go look down. I'm gonna go to the base. Remember, we're going to put the most of the product at the base, pull straight up. So we want these lashes to really have a nice coating and really be as fringy as possible. Pretty, they look nice. One of my favorite things to do is, of course, for all of my beautiful women that come in for my Fierce Aging series, is to put on my favorite lashes that are very natural, fringy, Ardell 420s. They're called naked lashes. And they're very, very simple to wear. They don't feel like heavy lashes. They don't look like you're wearing lashes. And I really just think it adds that extra. It's just something that I love doing with all of my makeups when I do makeup application. It just kind of completes the look. So of course, we're going to add a little bit. Now again, I'm going to cut these down just a smidge because I can see Erica's eyes are a little bit smaller. I don't want too much lash bringing out on the outer corner. Just snipping off like 3/4 of it, it'll lay beautifully on her eye. We are going to go now into the concealer and the face. I love pulling this all together. So I did the Buff Cool. This is a cool trio of concealers. So I can mix and match depending on what's going on for the skin. You can also at home, like, oh, I'm more red today, I'm darker, oh, I didn't have enough sleep. So it's nice to have multiple options instead of just having one concealer color. So I'm gonna just go in and customize very simply, like figure out, I'm gonna go in the darker, I'm gonna go in with the medium color, I'm gonna see really what's going on. I know that Erica has a little bit of redness right in here, like most of us all do, and a little bit of darkness in this inner corner from the nose and everything. And then a lot of us are, I can see this happening with me too, is the veins. You can start seeing that they get closer to the surface, the blue, so you start seeing blue. So you wanna just kind of work with that. And again, ladies, I'm working with fine lines and wrinkles. I'm allowing them. I think they're a good thing on the face. I don't look at them and say, how do I cover this up? How do I conceal all of this fine lines and wrinkles? I say, you know what? Let's work with it. It's beautiful. It's part of our face, and we just want to look healthy and vibrant and beautiful skin. We don't want to look like here's all the makeup piled on my eye and you can't see anything, and now you accentuate the fine lines and wrinkles because you're trying to cover them up so much. So I like to, I know it's very different for you two, but I love to see fine lines. I love to work with it. I mean, it just brings so much character to the face. Okay, we're going to start from the inner corner, and we're going to, you've seen me do this before, so instead of just going and doing this area here, I'm going to bring it down. I want to have this really tapered out. I want to have a really beautiful seamless concealing underneath the eye, coming down, any of this redness, any of this darkness, it all has to be incorporated. So I'm not leaving anything out. You can see how nice bringing it down is fusing out that color. I want to even out this tone, and then when I put the BB cream over it, all comes together. Another thing to note, ladies, is if you're not hydrating the eye area, right? So say we have a lot of fine lines and wrinkles, we're not hydrating, it's dehydrated. Of course, you're going to see makeup on top of it. So when you hydrate this area, it gives it more give, it gives it that suppleness. So when you do put a concealer over, foundation, BB cream, CC cream, you're not working into the skin. Right? It's going to apply easier. It's going to apply where you're not just seeing it on the skin. Prepping your skin is one of the most important things to do when you are doing your makeup, because you have to have a good foundation before you can really make your makeup come alive.
So that helps with the crepiness and stuff that I see under my eyes.
Right, hydrating it.
Right.
So you're always gonna, once the skin, as we age, it's not like you're changing that, right? Because when you smile, the skin moves and it crepes, and then you're gonna see a little bit of the makeup that's on there. We can work with it. I think it's the attitude and the thought process of working with what we have and not trying to completely alter it and think it's gonna be like what we were 10, 20, 30 years ago, right? Because that's what this does when we smile and we move around, but hydrating it, getting that really hydration, it's not going to allow the makeup just to sit there and move around with the eye skin.
Right, I don't want to look, 20 years younger, but I want to look the best I can for my age.
Right, and it starts with exfoliating, hydrating, treating the skin, because that's going to be, your canvas. Before I get into the skin with the BB cream, I'm going to go in with our Skinny Brow Pencil in taupe. I just want to define those brows. I want to bring out those brows for Erica, so they look really pretty and defined, not too much, but again, we're just filling in. I just like to kind of create with my hand, just a little, like I'm doing little flicks of a hair stroke, so I don't have a heavy brow. Again, you can do your brows any way you want to. Heavy, you can do them light, you can do them, giving them a lot more of an arch, but I'm gonna just follow her hair. Want it to be as natural as possible, and this is our lateral part that I want you ladies to really concentrate on. Fill in this lateral part so it frames the whole eye. It doesn't just stop. So Erica does have hair there. It's a little light, so we're just going to fill it in so it really brings out the hair that she does have there. And I think I'm going to just take it up just a tiny bit where it normally arches. Give her a little bit of a lift there. Just a slight, brings up the eye, as you can see. So see how we have this lateral part, there's hair there, it's just thin, and we don't really see it. It's not really shaping her full brow. So we're gonna just comb the hair up, work with where her hair naturally is, because I want her to have, this brow is a tiny bit thicker, that's fine. That always happens for us, no two brows are the same. So I'm gonna just give a little bit more height there. Here, I can really, this is where she should be arching, doesn't really arch. So let's build that up just a tad. Just give her a little bit of a lift. I'm gonna keep going up right here. Now I'm going to just take a clear brow fix. I don't really want to add a lot of color because we're very light, and we could maybe do a blonde, but she doesn't have a lot of gray hair and things that I want to cover up. So I'm just going to give a little extra texture, some gloss to her brows. They're going to stay up all day. It's really nice to kind of just give her just a little extra, keeping those brows up and looking really groomed. I'm going to go in with our BB cream. I'm actually doing light because the fair was too cool for Erica's skin. I really do want to give her a little warmth, not too much, but I do want to give a little bit warmth. But BB creams are more forgiving. You don't have to be the exact color like in a foundation. So what's nice too is I'm taking a buffing brush, so I'm buffing it into the skin. So it really looks very natural, very hydrated. And that's what's really nice about this BB cream. It's really made for mature skin, and it cools the skin when it goes on. So you'll see it's a little bit warmer, but I want that for her. I want to warm up the skin. This is going to just look absolutely radiant on the skin. Now that the BB cream is on, looking gorgeous, her skin just kind of just all evens out. Gonna go in with Ageless palette. This is a beautiful blush palette of rosy tones. And I sometimes like to do all three, sometimes I'll just do one. I like to dust off though, so I don't have too much on the brush. And then I'm going to lift, I wanna lift the face. So basically going on the cheekbone, going back up. So it's kind of like you want to do a swirl. You've seen in some of my videos where I've kind of like buffed this also into the skin. So you're just going to make it so it doesn't look like it's one stripe and it's not too heavy. So you can always work this in. If you feel like you have a little too much, you can always go back with the translucent powder and even it out. You can take your buffing brush and go over it a little bit more too with the residual of your BB cream. So there's a lot of choices. You don't have to feel like, oh my gosh, I just did too much. Just want to bring that fresh color to the skin, liven up the skin, especially if you have gray hair, white hair, blonde hair. You want to add color to the face so the face comes alive. It doesn't stay one tone. Going in with my Darling lip pencil. Now this was a little bit more of a risk because she's very natural. Erica likes to be very natural. I did a sheen on her, which she's not used to, and I really wanted to bring some color to her lips. I could have done something very neutral like Embrace, or could have done Nick Ray, and that would have been like, okay, you know, but we're gonna push it today. We're gonna push it with Darling, and we're gonna push it with Defining, and this is a new lip gloss for spring, and so it's about defining your age, right? It's about defining your makeup. It's a defining moment to step into your power as a woman and say, you know what, I'm going to put this color on. I really want to put this color on. It's a little bit different. It's like a wash of color, but you'll see why I picked it.
And always a pencil?
I like to do a pencil because it's going to give you that definition, right? As we age, we kind of lose the real defining lip, right, where it really is, especially like when we start seeing like a white line and we don't have that darkness around the lip. So yeah, it'll help you. You don't have, you know, you can do it for evening. You don't have to do it for every day, but it's going to help you have a lip. It's kind of like defining your brows.
Right.
You know, you want your brows to be there. You want them to frame. You want your lips to be framed.
What color do you have on?
I have on Nick Ray and I have Champs over it. It's what I would have picked for you, but I was like, you know what? For camera, I want you to, and I can put that in your little thing too, because I think it's something you would wear. Yeah. We're gonna go right into Defining. High gloss, again, vitamin E, vanilla in this product, and it's going to just bring her lips alive. It's gonna bring her face. It's gonna complete her look. So you have this really beautiful gloss on the lip, bringing the life to the lips. I really love that extra little pop. Just doing a lip gloss. She doesn't have to do the liner if she doesn't want to on a daily basis, but it really defines the lip. Now, I'm going to complete her look with a little rose water. You know I'm very partial to rose, anything rose. So this is from Chantecaille. It's just a refreshing, kind of uplifting, kind of sets the mood for the day. So keep your eyes closed. And then I'm going to give you a mirror so you can kind of see the final.
Wow, that's beautiful.
It just looks just very soft, very pretty, but see the sheen? You don't even really see that it's a sheen. It's not a matte, but it gives a little bit of light to your lids.
Exactly, it lifts everything up. It's quite beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm glad. Well, you look beautiful.
Thank
you
you.
so much for being here.
Thank
And
you so
ladies,
much.
it's a defining moment when you step in and say, you know what, I wanna wear this makeup. I wanna wear this BB cream or lip liner or mascara, whatever it is for you. It can be one product, it can be all products. So until my next video, I'll see you later.